Hi, I'm Sharon Dean, and I teach about how to live sustainably off the land. During this time of COVID-19, I'm in a semi-urban situation, and I thought I'd take this opportunity to share with you ways that we can use some of the resources we already have available to us to make our dollar stretch further and to produce some of our own food. Now, I have a little dog, a little border terrier called Scamp, and we are going out each morning to get our exercise and to get our share of vitamin D and sunlight. Now, keeping close to home, staying well away from other people, not going too far from our bubble. You've all heard this 100 times before, but looking down and exploring some of our local parks and the trees that are on the verges there, I'm discovering quite a bit of stuff that we can actually utilise. Now, horse chestnuts are trees that are commonly planted as an amenity tree. They're a very attractive tree, and in springtime they have a beautiful flower on them, lovely pink flower. So they're quite commonly planted, and they're very easily identifiable by their leaf. So you can see it's got a hand there of several fingers. There's different varieties of horse chestnut, and sometimes these fingers are a bit skinnier, sometimes they're a bit lighter, but they're all this distinctive hand. And they have this nut, usually two chestnuts inside a burr. Now the burr is not as prickly as the sweet chestnut. The sweet chestnut is the one we can eat, and this is a sweet chestnut, and as you can see, it looks a bit like a hedgehog or a kinner. It's got hundreds and hundreds of little prickles. The horse chestnut varieties are a lot smoother. Some of them are lumpy, some of them are even totally smooth, slightly different shapes, but all got that distinctive hand, and inside there is that distinctive chestnut. Now, the reason we can't eat the horse chestnut is because it contains a toxin called saponin, and saponin is common throughout the entire soapberry family because it makes soap. So what we wanted to do today was pick up a couple of dozen chestnuts, and we want to make some soap with them. So what we did, we threw them in a bag, covered them up with a towel, and we just want to crush them to release that toxin, saponin, the toxin, yes. And so what we're doing is crushing them with a bit of a weight. That's not a big enough weight, so I used Dad's big hammer and just to open them up. Now, use whatever you want to use. You can run over them with a car, hit them with a hammer. You can even try putting them in your kitchen whiz. It might be a bit hard on the machine, but if you're not that fond of it, give it a go. When you've got them crushed up a little bit, throw them in the jar, cover them with water, and tomorrow your jar will look like this. The water will have turned a milky, soapy colour. All you need to do is strain that off, and voila, you have made liquid soap. That simple. As you can see, that soap is bubbling up, it's lathering up. Now, a nurse did tell me that any soap that lathered would kill COVID-19. I'm not betting my life on it. I'm still using hand sanitizer, but I'm using the soap. You can use it to wash your dishes, you can use it to wash yourself, you can use it to wash your hands, you can use it, and here I used it to wash my clothes. So I simply strained it straight into the washing machine, turned the machine on, and just for you, I found a towel with a bit of a stain on it, put my chestnut soap on it, gave it a quick rinse under the tap, and as you can see, the stain pretty much disappeared. I then decided to experiment on the dog. So here's Scamp. She's not that fussed about having a bath, but as you can see, the soap lathered up really well. She dried herself off on the grass, and voila, I had a beautiful shiny dog. Now, you can also use horse chestnuts as conkers. It was a traditional game where you would put a piece of string around your chestnut and you would whack it against someone else's to see whose chestnut broke first. You can do some research on the net and work out how to actually do this to keep the kids occupied, but I don't overly recommend it because it's actually quite a vicious game. So if you're out and about and you see some horse chestnuts, pick them up, have a go at making some soap, and tune in, and I will actually show you how to grow some microgreens and some sprouts really quite simply during lockdown to produce some salads that you don't actually have to go to the supermarket to get. Until then, stay home, stay safe, stay well.